Hello, I'm Brolly and I'm a composer and I'm the musical director of the British Animation Awards for the third time. Very exciting too. So Alan sent me this list of very serious questions to answer for you. So here we go. Okay, this is a bit of an ego boost one. As you reach a milestone in your 30-year career as an Emmy-winning composer and musician, can you please tell us how you first got into music and how you knew a career beckoned? Well, I was always messing around on guitars and bits and pieces, and I played in local bands and just loved music. And then one day I realised I wanted to learn how to do it properly. So I went to music college, learned how to use a studio, all that kind of stuff, and then started writing for television. I spent a long time doing wildlife stuff. And then when my children were young, I used to watch lots of CBeebies. And I thought, God, this is great fun. So I started doing more and more children's and animation stuff. And here I am. Who are your major musical influences and why? Oh, that's a tricky one. So in terms of animation scoring, I suppose James Newton Howard with Dinosaur, because that was massive to me. Alan Silvestri, Mouse Hunt, loads of stuff that he does. Lilo and Stitch, John Powell, pretty much everything. Ice Age, loved the scores to Ice Age, and How to Train Your Dragon, of course, and John Williams, just because he's John Williams. Oh, another ego boost coming up. You have a great reputation for understanding storytelling in both visual and musical media. Is this a skill that was self-taught or something that was learnt through formal education? Well, I'm Welsh, so we tell stories. When my children were young, we used to do lots of magical things. Like, I live in Wales in the valleys, and there's a memorial to where some miners lost their lives. So we used to take our children up there and hide little bits of sticks and tell our children that on the night of a full moon, all the animals come out and they have a dance and a concert and a party, and the badger conducts and the spiders play the violins. And we used to go and find bits of instruments. Look, here's a bit of a violin, here's a bit, and they believed us for years, you know. And we had night squirrels. If you don't put your stuff away, the night squirrels will come and take your toys. Got to put your stuff away. So I think I just like telling stories. I find it really good fun. So when I'm working on an animation project, I'm not really thinking about the music. I'm thinking about how to support the emotion of the story and how to bring that out. And then I think about the music. Can you recommend examples of animated works, yours or others, well, I'm not going to do mine, that work well in combining music and visual elements? Anything by John Powell, obviously. If you want the classic, Disney's Fantasia, and that's incredible. And actually, the Clangers and Rhubarb and Custard. Rhubarb and Custard is my mantra, because wobbly music, wobbly pictures. What I love to see is an animation series with original music and original ideas that have been inspired or derived from the story. If you took the Rhubarb and Custard music off it and stuck it in another show, it just wouldn't make sense. But it's perfect for Rhubarb and Custard. So I think that's the one, really. Please describe one or two of your career highlights and how they came about. Do you know what? Like, every day's a highlight, really, because you guys pay me to get up in the morning and spend the day with an animated character and help bring their emotions to life and help children or people kind of get what they're trying to say, you know. So I mean, I don't really have career highlights. It's just every day is fantastic, I suppose. Music and sound is such an integral part of animation production. Are there any key differences between an approach to animation compared to with live action production? Yeah, I think animation is the most freeing medium that you can have, because anything could happen, and also nothing exists. Excuse me. So if I'm doing a wildlife show, or for example I'm doing a big BBC documentary series at the moment, you have to be true to what's there and you have to be supportive. When I did Critters TV, every episode there was Grandad on his bed, and Grandad never left his room, but he would go into these flights of fantasy with Bina, his granddaughter, And I could take the music anywhere. I could be in the Arctic, I could be in the jungle, it doesn't matter. Musically, I could do anything. You can't really do that with live action. So animation is like really special for that. Oh, serious moment now. What would you say are the biggest threats and opportunities facing composers and musicians at the moment? Everything is in flux. It's really difficult. What with Brexit, COVID even. Stuff isn't getting made. It's very hard for the UK to get funding to tell our fantastic stories. As composers, we have to buy stacks of gear and royalties are getting less, so it's harder to kind of maintain studios. Budgets are getting smaller. But there's also a lot of work out there. You know, there's plenty to do. Excuse me. It's December at the moment and I'm full of a cold because I've got kids, so you know. Let's address AI, shall we? So everyone is saying, oh, AI is going to come and take our jobs. AI is going to do this. AI is going to do that. I think for the next 5 or 6 years, AI is going to come in and alter the way we work. People with no imagination are going to pay for AI music because they got no imagination and they get what they deserve. You know, you need a composer just like you need a really good director, you know. Barack Obama said a really interesting thing I saw on social media recently. They asked him what his thoughts on AI were, and he said, I spoke to some boffins last week and I asked them that question, what impact do you think AI will have? And they said, we thought about it and we come up with electricity. There was life before electricity and there was life after electricity. And I got the feeling AI is going to do that. You know, in 10, 15 years time, we won't recognize our lives. It'll have such a profound effect on everything we do. Will we be then? I don't know. Maybe we'll just doing community work mowing old people's lawns. Who knows? But for now, I just think AI is going to come in and create new instruments, new possibilities, new sounds, and it's kind of, that's sort of exciting in a way. Let's embrace it and see where it goes. Any advice for budding composers or musicians? Well, okay, why don't you just email me and we'll Zoom? Let's just do that. I do quite a lot of that. I'm happy to help. You know, the animation industry is wonderful. People are so friendly, so helpful, so happy. It's just great. So there's no, I'm not telling you my secrets. There are no secrets. So I'm sure Helen will put my email address in the description of this video. Just email me and we'll chat. What kind of music do you listen to in your spare time? Well, I'm scoring 3 series at the moment. I'm working 11 hours a day, 6 days a week. The last thing I want to do is listen to bloody music when I've finished. So I don't really listen to music. My head is so full of music all the time. I just can't wait to pour it into a story or a situation. So we have music on in the car, like Radio 6, Classic FM. But yeah, I don't really sit down and listen to music for enjoyment because I'm so busy making it. What's your dream job? Oh, bloody hell. So I get asked to do a lot of orchestral stuff, which I love doing, but I've also taken up the guitar again. And so the opportunity to combine guitar, orchestra, synths and percussion would be fantastic. So an action adventure, dinosaurs, something in space, something where I can go big. That would be really good fun. Upcoming projects. Well, I can't talk about that. NDA. I tell you what though, last bars we did celebrating 100 years of British pop music, and this year, or next year it'll be now, next March, we're going to celebrate guitars, because I took up guitar a year ago after a 30-year break and I'm not that good. So I am practicing like a lunatic to improve my guitar playing, and actually in January, which you will be the past for you but the future for me right now, I'm launching the YouTube channel. What I'm going to do is chart the progress of my guitar playing over the next 2 years, and then in 2 years time release an album of guitar music. So I better be good in 2 years time. So most of the music, or every track that we hear, will have guitar on it, or in some shape or form. We'll just see how we go. So I hope that was kind of killed 10 minutes of your day. Look forward to seeing you at the bars. Fantastic event. Thank you very much for having to setting this up. Bye.